If I were to ask you, which of the following do you think is the biggest threat to the survival of a beloved video game? Is it a studio that no longer understands its players, a company more focused on revenue than community, or maybe a series of decisions that, while small on their own, slowly erase everything the game once stood for? Well, for Minecraft, the answer seems to be all of the above. From a community-built phenomenon to a corporate-run product, this is the story about how a game once adored by its community is being reshaped, restricted, and in many ways, hollowed out. But before we dive into what's going wrong, we first need to understand what made Minecraft so special in the first place. Back in 2009, Minecraft wasn't just another indie game. It was limitless, open-ended, and revolutionary. Players could destroy, build, survive, and create without limits. There were no quests, no rules, and no finish line. Just a vast sandbox waiting to be molded by imagination. Servers were self-hosted, mods were abundant, and every corner of the internet buzzed with new creations. It wasn't perfect, but it was free. At the time, the game encouraged experimentation, and the simplicity of its design masked incredible depth. Whether you were recreating real-life cities, designing an entire civilization, or diving into redstone circuitry, Minecraft offered something for everyone. However, in 2014, tech giant Microsoft bought out Mojang, Minecraft's developer, for an astounding price of $2.5 billion, an amount of money which was absolutely unheard of in the gaming industry at that time. And at first, fans were rightfully optimistic. With more resources, Minecraft could have done so much more than what it already had. Bigger updates, better servers, a broader audience, and maybe even new platforms and smoother performance. And for a while, that was the case. But recently, some of the decisions made by Microsoft as a whole have been questionable to say the least. Basically, now the cracks are showing, and the game is starting to feel different. With the most visible change coming with monetization, Microsoft introduced the Minecraft Marketplace, where players could buy skins, worlds, and mods that were once freely available. Traditional servers were replaced by realms with a subscription model, and the game that once encouraged sharing and creativity now felt fenced off, like a mall disguised as a playground. Now, to be completely honest, monetization wasn't inherently bad, but it shifted the scale. Community projects became products. Modders began developing workarounds for Mojang's approval, and young players were funneled towards paid content instead of discovering the community-made gems that used to define the game. And after that, Microsoft introduced account linking. Players were forced to migrate to Microsoft accounts.
All right, do I look ready?
Perhaps a small suggestion, sir.
I've been waiting years for someone to do that. Hello everyone, today I'm here to announce how we're making Minecraft more secure. We're moving all of our Java players from Mojang accounts to Microsoft accounts. This will mean a more secure Minecraft Java for everyone.
Giving the tech giant more control over user data and access. Then came automated moderation, a system that could mute or ban players from multiplayer, sometimes with little to no context or explanation. It didn't matter if you were on a huge Minecraft server or a private server with friends, the ban would apply everywhere. But perhaps the most heartbreaking shift has been the slow suffocation of modding. At one point, Minecraft's modding community was arguably one of the best in all of gaming. But nowadays, it's increasingly under pressure. Java Edition, the modding epicenter, has been weighed down with backend changes that disrupt mod compatibility, often without even a single notice. Bedrock Edition, meanwhile, is tightly controlled. Official modding tools are limited, and anything outside the marketplace is a struggle to implement or distribute. Another thing is that updates are starting to become more and more cautious over time. Instead of bold new features or experimental systems, we get safer, smaller tweaks. Communication from developers has also become more polished, more PR-friendly, but less direct and responsive to long-term fans. But in a way, Microsoft hasn't really killed Minecraft, at least not yet. But it has changed the way it is seen by the community. It's something safer, slower, and more commercial than what it was a decade ago. A product to maintain rather than a platform to innovate on. And yet, the community still pushes back. Modders continue to innovate, finding workarounds to stay relevant. Players still build vast worlds, minigames, and adventure maps. Servers keep running, offering pockets of independence in an increasingly centralized ecosystem. But in my opinion, the spirit of Minecraft isn't dead, but it is under threat. For many, it exists in nostalgia, a memory of a time when the game felt like an open frontier. For others, it's still there in creative servers and mod packs, quietly resisting the corporate tide. These creators, these players, are the lifeline of Minecraft's original vision. They are the ones keeping it alive, despite the roadblocks placed in their path. But the question now is, can it be saved? Well, to fix Minecraft, Microsoft doesn't need another update or a fancy collab. What it needs is humility, a willingness to listen to the community, a shift in priorities from managing a brand to supporting its community. In short, ease the restrictions, empower the players, and respect the modders who have shaped entire gameplay genres using Minecraft as a foundation. Encourage experimentation, and make room again for the chaos, charm, and unpredictability that once made the game special. Because Minecraft was never just a game, it was a platform for creativity. It was a blank canvas with limitless tools. And if we lose that very part of the game, we lose everything that made it worth playing. But until then, the world keeps spinning, one block at a time. But maybe, just maybe, the next generation of players might find a way to rebuild what's been lost. Hey guys, just coming in to say that you should consider subscribing, as it's completely free and it helps me out a ton. Also, comment down below what video you want me to make next.